I'm a field application engineer for Freescale. I'm based in Helsinki, working with customers in Scandinavia, and working mostly with the i.MX ARM-based processors. Here we have also a representative from our Stockholm sales office, Stefan Melander, there in the back. So if you have any questions, you can ask him or me regarding these things. So today I'm going to talk shortly about our i.MX ARM-based processors that you are going to use, one of which you're going to use in the afternoon during the hands-on session, and a little bit about the Kinetis ARM-based microcontrollers. First, a short overview of Freescale. Many of you know us as a company, so we are really a leader in embedded processing solutions. A global company targeting 4 primary markets: automotive, industrial, networking, and consumer. We are really leaders in automotive and networking, have a very strong presence in industrial and consumer markets as well. 3 main product groups. One is microcontrollers, the other one networking and multimedia processors, and the third one RF, analog, and sensors. The Kinetis microcontrollers go to, of course, the microcontroller group, and the i.MX processors belong to the networking and multimedia processors group. If we go forward and look at the i.MX roadmap, we have been making i.MX processors for a very long time, actually. First versions of i.MX were introduced somewhere in beginning of 2000. So very long history with these processors. So we have a lot of different variants. I won't go into details about all of these devices. Here I can just mention shortly that here in the bottom you can see the ARM9 based devices we have. Currently the most popular and the newest device that we have is the i.MX28. Very nice low-end device with fully integrated power management. Very nice features like dual Ethernet, L2 switch integrated on one device for very attractive cost. So it is extremely popular device. Here in the mid-range, you see some ARM11 based devices, or the i.MX3 series, and then i.MX5 series, which are our Cortex A8 based devices. Currently, our highest end device is i.MX53 for general market. So for general market, i.MX53 is the highest end device that we have, Cortex A8 based, and you're going to use this device in the training in the afternoon. We are actively working on the roadmap as well. So that's one characteristics of i.MX products, is that they are evolving and developing very quickly. Every year we announce a few new devices and we launch new devices. So it's developing and evolving very quickly. So the next generation we already announced, that will be the i.MX6 products, which will be based on Cortex A9 core. And in this product range, we're going to have single, dual, and 4-core based devices. I will show you some details in one of the following slides. If we have a little bit more detailed look on i.MX53, which is the device you're going to use in the afternoon, and the main features. So let me just see if I can get here. So as I mentioned, this is a Cortex A8 device going up to 1 GHz in consumer variant and 800 MHz in automotive and industrial variants. If you take a look at the connectivity, you can see that there is a lot of interfaces available. So up to 4 MMC SD card interfaces with support for eMMC 4.4, 3 SPICE, 5 UARTs, keypad controller, 3 I2Cs, enhanced serial audio interface, 3 SSIs and I2S interfaces, PATA, and SATA support as well. So there is integrated SATA controller on this one with PHY. Up to 4 USB interfaces. So there is one high-speed USB on the go with integrated PHY, so you don't need external transceiver. There is one high-speed host with integrated PHY, and then you have 2 additional hosts that require external PHY. So up to 4 USB interfaces on one device. SPDIF transmit and receive, CAN interfaces, so 2 CAN interfaces are there, MOST and asynchronous sample rate converter, and Ethernet with IEEE 1588 support, and plenty of GPIOs as well. When it comes to memories, i.MX 53 can support up to 2 gigabytes of DDR2, DDR3, low power and low voltage DDR2 memories, running at 400 megahertz, so effectively 800 megahertz. So you get a lot of bandwidth with this device, memory bandwidth with this device as well. Support for latest SLC and MLC NAND memories with on-chip ECC going up to 16-bit, and then possibility to interface to NOR memories as well. Yeah, I didn't mention, if you have any questions, just interrupt me and we can take them immediately. When it comes to multimedia, this is where this device really shines. So we have a lot of multimedia features. First, let's start with the graphics. So there is an OpenGL ES 2.0 3D accelerator on this chip. And in addition to that, there is also a separate OpenVG graphics accelerator for vector graphics. So it's a two GPU solution that gives you really good compromise between power consumption and the performance. Because depending on what you need, if you only need OpenVG, you can shut down the OpenGL core and then by doing that reduce the power consumption dramatically. Or then you can just run 3D stuff on OpenGL and disable the OpenVG. Or you can combine them and do 3D effects with OpenGL, but then high quality graphics with OpenVG. So it's a very flexible and powerful solution. In addition to that, we have on-chip full hardware acceleration for video decoding and video encoding. So there is a multi-format full HD video decoder or video decoding, which is fully done in hardware, and multi-format HD 720 video encoding. When I say multi-format, that really means multi-format. That's all popular formats these days: MPEG 2, MPEG 4, H.263, H.264, and so on. So really the main formats that you need in normal applications. So that's fully hardware accelerated, and all the video processing is done in hardware. When it comes to interfacing to displays, we have a lot of interfaces here as well. So first there is analog VGA output. So you can directly interface to monitors, for example. Then you have standard parallel LCD interface. And you also have two LVDS interfaces. So you can interface directly to LVDS displays, which are very popular for large screen, bigger screens. There is full dual display support. So you can drive two displays simultaneously. They can be either same size, same resolution, or different size, different resolution. So there is full display for that in hardware. In addition to that, we also have camera interface, so you can interface directly to camera sensors or image sensors, and we also support two cameras in parallel at the same time. And by time sharing, you can connect more cameras, of course, but at the same time, you can capture data from two cameras. In addition to that, we have a lot of simple graphic operations done in hardware, so things like resizing, blending, inversion, rotation, deinterlacing, and so on. So, very powerful device with a lot of interesting features. There is security features here as well, which I won't go into details now. If you have interest to this, we can discuss it later. And then standard things like timers, PWMs, watchdogs, and so on. Of course, what is important for using tools that you are going to be using today, also, of course, there is support for JTAG debugging and trace functionality as well. So this device comes in two packages. One is the bigger package, 19 times 19.8 millimeter pitch, suitable for industrial, automotive, some consumer applications as well. And then the smaller 12 times 12 package on package, where you can stack memory on top of it. It supports minus 20 to 70 in consumer version and minus 40 to 85 in automotive and industrial. So this device is available, as I said, it is available for general market, and similar as all the other i.MX devices, so they are available to all customers, so anybody can order them. We have development kits for all of them. We have full software support for all of them, so you can easily start developing on these devices. For example, when it comes to software support, we provide Linux BSP, Android BSP, and Windows CE BSP for i.MX 53. And so Linux and Win CE are standard that we provide for all i.MX devices, and we provide also Android BSP for the high-end Cortex A8 and A9 devices. For example, all the BSPs come with drivers that support all the blocks that you see here. So there is driver support for all these modules. Also, when we talk about multimedia, there is full support for OpenGL and OpenVG. So libraries that allow you to just write OpenGL and OpenVG applications, and you can use the 3D and vector graphics engines automatically. We also provide libraries and plugins that allow you to use video encoding and decoding functionality automatically. So you don't have to do any programming of those units. We provide you full software support. In Linux, it's under GStreamer. So you get the GStreamer libraries and plugins, so you can use the video and playback and encoding automatically within that framework. All of the software that we provide, you can download from our website. It's free of charge. At some point, maybe you just have to log in and accept the license on the website. Other than that, it's free of charge, and anybody can use it and download it. Similarly, you will find all the documentation for the device on our website. Okay. Any questions about i.MX 53? Clear. Okay. I mentioned i.MX 6. This is the new devices that we announced. Now it's already a year since we announced them, and let's look into some of the details. So within this product group, we are going to have single, dual, and 4-core based devices. This will be based on Cortex A9, going up to 1 and 1.2 gigahertz, depending on the variant that you choose. So let's look at the quad version as a high-end device. All the others are basically subsets of the high-end device. So quad-core Cortex A9, 1 megabyte L2 cache with neon and vector floating point units per core. 3D graphics with 4 shaders going up to 200 mega triangles per second. So very advanced 3D graphics engine. Allowing you to do, among other things, also OpenCL, so programming, developing some code that will run on the 3D engine. We have support for full dual stream, full HD decoding. So you can decode 2 full HD video streams. And of course, one of the applications is the 3D video, which is now very popular. You can also do full HD video encoding on that, or then 2 HD 720 video streams, video encoding. When it comes to external memories, we support up to 64-bit wide DDR3 memories, so 64-bit wide memory bus, or then you can have 2-channel 32-bit low-power DDR2 memory, which has some advantages in some cases to have a 2-channel memory configuration. There's also integrated SATA 2 controller, so improved compared to i.MX 53, where we have SATA 1 or normal SATA integrated. Some of the other things, interesting features about this product group, product family, for example, integrated HDMI, so you can connect directly to most modern TVs. So HDMI with PHY, LVDS is still there, MIPI, so we had MIPI ports here as well for camera and display interfacing, and MIPI for onboard high-speed interfacing as well. There's Gigabit Ethernet, multiple USB 2.0 ports, PCI Express. So this is first time we are getting PCI Express on these ARM devices as well, so it will be PCI Express 2.0, 1 lane, I believe. Yeah, 1 lane. CAN controllers are there, most bus as well, and so on. So also these devices will be available in consumer, industrial, and automotive temperature range qualifications, and in POP and BGA packages, so depending on what do you need or what you can manufacture. When it comes to software, also here we are going to support these devices with Android and Linux, and Windows will be done through a third party. We have different Linux variants available, but yeah, it's all Linux-based things with some other software support as well. So this will be a very interesting product family when we get it. We have been working with select alpha customers for some time already, so we have silicon. We have software, we have documentation. We are still working on finalizing that, and we're basically launching this device for general market. When we have everything ready, we will launch it to general market in June. So then you're also going to be able to order development boards, download software from the website, reference manual from the website, and so on. So this is not that far away anymore. A few months more and we are going to have this device available as well. But going back to i.MX 53 and the hands-on session that you're going to do afterwards, the training, during that practical part you're going to use the i.MX 53 Quick Start board, which is our development board for i.MX 53. As you can see, it's a very small board, and it comes for a very low cost. It's very cheap, for $150. But it's a small board, but packed with interesting features. So of course, there's i.MX 53 there with appropriate power management chip. We have actually two versions of the board. One is with a dialog power management chip, and the other one is with a PMIC from Freescale. So depending on if you prefer to use Freescale or not, you can use either version of the board. There is 1 gigabyte of DDR3 memory on this thing. When it comes to displays, there is an LVDS connector underneath here. You can see it. There is a VGA connector, and there is a parallel LCD interface. So here you can connect either parallel LCD. We have a few variants available that you can order. Or you can connect, for example, we also have HDMI add-on card. So a small card that allows you to then interface to HDMI TVs. Or you can also prototype something by yourself. There is some pins available for camera port signals, I2C, SSI, and SPI signals as well. Some other interfaces that we have available here is the serial port, of course. Audio interfaces. Here you see the power supply that you're going to have to use. On the connectivity, other things here, we have micro SD card. By default, this board boots from micro SD. So all the software is loaded from micro SD card. So just be careful when you work with the boards. It's very easy to press the card and then it jumps out, and then things stop to work. So just be careful that that you don't push the card outside. Well, if something doesn't work, that is the first thing to check. Next to micro SD card, there is the other SD slot as well. Here you see the Ethernet port that you're also going to use. So you will connect to PC by Ethernet. And then there is 2 USB hosts as well. Here behind you can't see it really, but there is one USB device connector as well. Underneath there is also a JTAG connector where you can attach the JTAG probe. Additional thing that is on the board is the 3-axis accelerometer that you can use for playing around, measuring the position of the board and these kind of things. So this is our, let's say, default development board for i.MX 53. It is really popular due to low cost and very good features. So we're really selling this in thousands, extremely popular board. The other board that we have is slightly more complex, a bigger design, so to say. It also costs a little bit more money, but you get really good features for it if this is something that you are experimenting with in your companies. So as you can see, this is something we call Sabre tablet, or tablet reference design. Some of the base features are the same with Quick Start board. So there's a lot of reuse of the design. But as you can see, there is of course a display there. In this case, it's 10-inch XGA capacitive touch display. with 5-megapixel camera as well, some capacitive buttons, HDMI connector, SD slot, USB slots, SATA port, some audio and this kind of normal things that you would expect from a tablet. There is also a small add-on board that you can put that gives you access to serial port, Ethernet, and JTAG connector. So you can use this board for development as well. I have it here. So if you want to have a look at it later, you can see. So why did we do this kind of development board? The first thought would be, of course, we are chasing for tablet designs, which is not really the case here, because the main target for this reference design is companies that are experimenting with tablet-like designs. So it's not a tablet market as such, but we see a lot of companies in different vertical segments that like this kind of form factor that you could reuse in your applications, in your companies, for whatever reasons, or whatever the kind of applications. So we decided to make this kind of reference design, and for this design and also for Quick Start Board and all our development kits, you can get full schematics, Gerber files, bill of materials. You can, if you want, you can just copy the design and reuse it in your applications. It's a very good starting point if you are developing something like this. It's a very nice full-featured development kit as well, so you have all these features integrated on the device. I forgot to mention quite important things down there. So GPS is also integrated, and the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are there as well. So it's a really full-featured development board, development system. And it also gives us a very good development board for developing board support packages. So, for example, Android expects quite a lot from the development system or the system that you are putting it on. So you have to have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, sensors, capacitive touch, and these kind of things. So this gives us also a very good reference platform for a good Android BSP implementation. And then it's easy to evaluate all sorts of different features. Like, for example, here I have a nice application that shows 3D capabilities, how you can design 3D user interfaces with i.MX 53. So this is fully hardware accelerated, so you can see it's very smooth. It works very well, and you can do these kind of applications on your, by yourself as well. So very flashy, very smooth. So, nice design. So that would be the i.MX 53 and the i.MX products in general. Just to quickly mention the Kinetis products. This is the microcontroller product that we launched about a year ago, and that has been tremendous success in the market because a few things we made very good with this family, and that is first we launched huge amount of devices. So there is already over 200 different products available within this group, so you can easily find the device you need for your application. Kinetis has exceptional mixed signal integration, so there is really a lot of interesting IP integrated there, so 16-bit analog to digital converters, digital to analog converters, programmable gain amplifiers, and more. So there is really a lot of valuable analog integrated to these devices. Flex memory with some very interesting features. So going up to 1 megabyte of flash with very interesting features like EEPROM evaluation, emulation, and so on. And then very good enablement as well. So very nice development kits, good development tools, and we offer very interesting real-time operating system called MQX, free of charge to be used with the Kinetis products. So within Kinetis products, as I said, we have a lot of different products there, depending on your needs. So they're grouped in 7 families, starting at K10, going up to K7. And the main differences, of course, are the speed grades, so how fast can you run these microcontrollers, What are the flash sizes? So we go from 32 kilobyte up to 1 megabyte of flash. What kind of package it's available in, what is the pin count, and so on. And then, of course, what kind of peripherals they have. So the entry-level devices don't have as much peripherals as, of course, the high-end devices. So as you move up, you slowly add USB, segment LCDs, normal LCD support, Ethernet, USB, encryption support, and different peripherals that are usable for different applications like medical, metering, and so on. This is also a good slide to show a good overview of the IP that all of these devices share. So that's also a good thing that they share a lot of common IP. So you can easily migrate your code from one device to another as well. So there is a lot of reuse possible. And then on this side you can see what each of the families, what kind of features it has. So K10 family has dual CAN, NAND flash controller, and floating point unit. K20 adds USB on the go to that. K30 has only dual CAN and LCD support. K40, and so on. So they are basically building slowly up and adding new features, so you can then find what you need for your application. When it comes to enablement, the three cornerstones of the enablement are first the development boards. So we have something called Tower system. So it's a modular development system that allows you to prototype and evaluate different features and capabilities of the device. It's very popular. There's a lot of different plug-in boards that you can buy that allow you to evaluate things like Wi-Fi, sensing, graphics LCD, audio capabilities, and so on. The second thing we offer is the development tools. So Code Warrior IDE, free of charge up to 128 kilobytes. So it's a very nice development environment. And then the third thing is the MQX real-time operating system, which is a full-featured, scalable, and proven real-time operating system with support for TCP/IP, USB, graphics, security, and file system plugins. So it's a commercial real-time operating system, and we bought a license for it, so you can use it free of charge on Kinetis microcontrollers. So it's a really good value that we give with this real-time operating system. And it has basically all the development tools, all the popular development tools have support for MQX as well. So you can do debugging of devices with MQX running. And then when it comes to third-party ecosystem, we basically work with all companies, and all companies provide very good support for Kinetis microcontrollers. So from things you are going to hear today, for example, Kale, Code Warrior, I mentioned already, GNU tools, of course, Lauterbach, very good support for Kinetis as well. So a lot of different devices that provide, different companies that provide good support for Kinetis devices. Okay, so that would be it. Short presentation just on i.MX and Kinetis. Quick overview for you to see what we are doing in the processor space and in the microcontroller space as well. So if you have any questions, we can take them now, and otherwise go for a break.
What was the price of the tablet?
Yeah, the price of the tablet, I think it is $995 now. Yeah, I think that is the price that we have it for. Okay, all right, thank you, and good luck with the hands-on training afterwards. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Vladan, for sharing this information with us.
Yeah, thanks.